Hello, welcome back to BW's Art Soundoff. As you can tell, today I shaved, although this is at night, some of it has already started growing back. Um, so, I got over my, uh, had a minor Crohn's flare-up near the end of last week, and I'm finally over that for the most part, just in time to get a cold. Of course. But, it does bring up an interesting topic. What do you do if you're sick? Now, for a lot of you, this isn't going to matter, but for those of you whose job is to do comics, and which is what the Art Sound Off is for, this can definitely be a problem because it's not as easy to, especially if you're a freelancer, I would assume, to just call in sick because you have a deadline. If you're doing a daily webcomic and you don't have a decent buffer, I think David Willis is buffered until 2018 by this point. I don't know. But if you don't have a decent buffer, then when you get sick, you are going to lose a lot of time, and you're not going to be able to post things. I've recently, when I had a not so good reaction to a medicine, it knocked me out because I don't do well usually with things that make me drowsy. But that means I missed almost a month of writing and comic and video work. So that was kind of annoying. And then I think I had a bit of inflammation then just after that as well. So it was just kind of waiting to come back again, I think. But that's the question: do you, what, bleh, do you guys find the time to create a decent buffer so that you can take a sick day when you need to? Is it tougher for somebody who maybe works for a comic company or is part of a group project, other kind of group? I can't even talk tonight. Other kind of group project, and you're having trouble, and you can't hold up your part because you can barely stay awake for more than 5 minutes. Because I sometimes when I'm sick, sometimes I'll try to do as much work as I can and then just say, very good, I go back to bed and pass out again for a while. But getting sick in a place like this, in some businesses you may get sick leave if they have if they have the money to be able to afford to give you paid sick leave, or maybe you've been able to build up your savings or something, so in case something like this happens. I'm assuming it's going to be a little tougher for smaller comic creators. Even some of the bigger comic creators, I mean, you hear the stories of guys who created some of the most popular characters in comics, and they don't have decent health insurance, and they've gotten really sick, and they haven't been able to do any work because they're sick, and they're not making this. In comics, you don't make a whole lot of money. There's no comic, even the most biggest name comic rock stars, and maybe made enough to pay the bills and feed their family, if that. If you're a creator, maybe your own works have earned you enough money to be able to pay things. Mine have not. Like I said, I'm probably the least accomplished person in this challenge. So I don't have the income coming in, and I'm trying to build up a work schedule, and that hasn't been able to happen for numerous reasons. And then I get sick, and then I'm not able to create things, or I've got to end up on a even tighter schedule smaller schedule because I'm spending so much time passed out. But sometimes you have to work through it. When I was working in the grocery store, there were times that I worked through it, unless I was really bad. If I thought it was going to be infectious to a lot of people, or if I just couldn't move very well and would actually be more of a hindrance, that's when I took time off because I needed the money. And when they got rid of the bagging position and put me a cashier, I kind of had to bite the bullet a bit more because I'm right there in people's faces. So it was it's a difficult thing. I figured the comic thing is there's various art pieces that I want to do, especially one that I need to get done by Wednesday, which I was just planning to do a quick sketch for anyway, but I'd like to make it as nice as I can. I need to work on that today because my dad's cold started affecting me. Um, and there's another article that I want to get done during November because of the Art Soundoff Challenge, and I'm hoping that I get to. I haven't even thumbnailed it yet, although I see in my head what I want it to generally look like. I need to make it work. So, being sick will take you out of things. I've been far too many times this year. I've had to take sick leave from doing my clutter cleaning project, and I've had to not get his work done. That's why my convention footage is so behind. This is kind of just me musing about the fact that I've been sick too much this year, and wondering how other people handle things for when they get sick. Are there things that they know to take? I mean, all I take is vitamin C, cold medicine, and maybe a nice hot cup of tea or some spaghetti. Yeah, I love spaghetti. Nice hot plate of spaghetti, which I haven't been able to take because I'm still getting over the flare-up. I can't even take the angel hair. So that's my art music is how do you prepare yourself so that when you're sick, you have some fallback so that you're still able to put up your comic or um, do work for a client or whatever. How do you balance the need to be coherent enough to make something good versus the fact that you are on a deadline and you need the money? So, yeah, let's see what if I get any responses on that one. I could probably use some advice with the articles, the comics, and the video work that I do. It would be nice to get into a working schedule and show either a potential client or employer that I can get my work done, or possibly potential viewers and readers that I can get the work done, and they might say, "Hey, I want to help this guy continue working. I will support your Patreon," or put that stuff in your tip jar or something. Because at this point, that's the only way I'm going to make any money on what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm kind of curious how you guys pull this off. Whether you're part of the challenge or not, you can always put something in the comments. What do you do when you get sick? And hopefully I can keep this cold at bay and get everything done that I want to this week and this month. But until then, you can follow more of the Art Sound Off at the Twitter account or use the hashtag Art Sound Off. Either hashtag or the account's the same name, Art Sound Off. Just put an at instead of a hashtag. And you can follow more of my stuff at bwspotlight.com. Check out all the other art sound off people because they're very interesting. And with that, I will hopefully tomorrow get an article written that I want done because I also have an art sound off commentary to make on that. And it's one that I've wanted to do since last week, which I didn't get to work on because of the Chrome. See what I mean? That's what I got to do, figure out how to make a proper, how to work through being sick, or at least be better prepared for it. But that's it for now, and happy creating.